quick update. Here we are on the open sea, just about to lose sight of land. You can probably see it in the background there. We've just gone past Fraserburgh. I can never say it. Fraserburgh. Anyway, it's on the Scottish coast, and we're on our way from Peterhead to Wick. So it's quite a big day today. Got a lot of miles to cover across quite an open bit of the North Sea. At the moment there's no wind at all. You can probably just see the wind turbine up there, really hardly moving. But it's gorgeous. It's so calm and so flat. Beautiful colours, the sun's shining, and life is good. So I'm at the helm at the moment, and being at the helm involves keeping a lookout, obviously. Up to this point I've just been keeping a lookout for lobster pots, and there have been quite a few. Surprisingly, even a couple when we're really, really deep in sort of 88, 90 metres of water. We're still at about 90 metres of water, been keeping an eye, and suddenly ahead, you can probably see it now, there's another one there. I thought, oh crikey, there's white water, and white water is something to look out for because it can denote rocks or a sandbank. You see it over there. So I didn't panic, but I was a little bit concerned. I checked the chart and there was no sign of anything, and nothing was marked, and the depth was absolutely fine. But it seems that we've gone over, this is the third one now, we're just coming up to it now, a line of some kind of pollution, which is pretty disgusting, and we're wondering, because we're in the North Sea, whether it's an oil line leak or from a ship. Can you see that line there? Look, it's really, really pronounced, and that's the third one that we've seen. It's disgusting. Look, ugh, horrid. It's really sad as well. Really sad to spoil this beautiful sea. Come to take a photo of the wind farm and realised that it's too big to get into one photo. It stretches from there right the way across there, across the other side of the boat, and then there's another bit, there's a gap and it starts again. It is huge. We're about to motor through it, and apparently we're going to be in it for 10 miles, which is quite incredible.
A little way out from the south pier, which marks the entrance to the harbour, is an old breakwater. The channel through the middle of the breakwater is marked on the southern side by a porthand mark. A lead-in line going through the centre of the old entrance through the breakwater is marked by two marks on the river pier, but I found these very hard to see in the late afternoon sun. Notes in the almanac say that when there's any east wind, there's some severe swell where this breakwater is, and experience of a boat that came in a couple of days later was that was exactly the case. There's another note which says it's dangerous to enter in strong easterlies because you have to turn immediately after the sea wall, and there are shallows on the other side if you leave it too late. Yet again, we got great advice from harbour staff, who told us that local custom was to make an all-ships call of our intention, and that the easiest way to find the pilotage in was to keep the porthand marked well to port and then aim just to the right of the south pier. Looking at it, this is the line followed if you use the lead-in marks. If you follow the sector light in at night, this is the line you'll follow. and simply routing from the port hand mark to the end of the south pier leads you along this line. For a yachtsman, all three give perfectly adequate margins from the old breakwater. It's important not to aim too close to the seawall because you need to turn quite sharply behind it, so give it a good offing as you approach. That said, once you get close enough in, it's obvious that there's plenty of room to turn as long as you're not going too quickly. At this point we have shallows on our right, which we would go aground on low tide, and once we round the turn at the end of this next wall on the right, there is shallows on the inside of the turn, so a sharp turn is not needed. Not everyone makes the all ships call of their intentions, so it's worth having a look out on the bow if possible. At this point I was quite surprised how much room there was in here to turn around in order to go in stern too. Helpfully the harbour staff were there to take a line, so it was easy to find where they wanted us to go. It appeared from our visit that they meet every boat that comes in. Well, I really hope you found that either interesting or useful, or even better, both. As always, please do hit the like button, hit subscribe, and hit that bell icon. All these things really help the channel to grow. Come back soon for the next leg to Stronsay, Fair Isle and Scalloway.